Hello guys, and for today's video, I'm going to be giving you my review of episode 3 of Kamen Gotchard. Without further ado, let's begin with the review. So the episode starts off with another random person just going to, just walking, and he's saying, everybody who laughs is so stupid, and it just makes me want to destroy their happiness. And so this person is very crazy, and we find out that the mushroom Kemi card basically bonded to his wickedness and his evil desires, turning him into the monster of the week, the mushroom Kemi monster. And that he see, the random bystanders, are super, scared, and that he says, "What's the matter? Can't laugh?" And so he, sprays them with his spores to make them laugh to death. Literally laughed them to death. And then we see him just laughing, and then we cut back to Hotaro's home/restaurant, and we see him, he's making his school lunch, and his mom's talking to, the customers, and that, she's happy that he found his gotcha, and that, he's, very late to school, and he's like, oh crap, I gotta go to school. So we see him going to school, which is, the alchemy school. And we see him, introduce himself to the rest of the students that are in the alchemy school. And we see him, saying that he wants to become a big shot alchemist. And that, the other two students who are there are like, geez, this guy's, very loud. Especially this one mute student who's mute, but he talks using this special tablet that allows him to talk. And he's like, this guy's really loud and really annoying. And we see one of the other students, I forgot her name, but she has basically wears like these hats, and she's also has this tentacle like Muppet thing on her hand, and she's like a quirky type character, about a money type character at first, but she's like this quirky character that wears like these hats or like these puppet types on her hands. And she introduces herself, and she offers Hotaro a Kemi card. Hotaro's like, man, and then he's like, nope, I'd rather befriend Kemis instead. And she's like, oh, that's cool. And then we cut to, Kudo, and she's, catching another Kemi, and we see her catching another Kemi. I forgot which Kemi that she captures, but she has a flashback to her childhood and talking to her dad, and his dad's like, what is your dream? And then we see young Kudo's like, doesn't know what her dream is, and and we cut to present Kudo. She's like, I don't need a dream. And then we cut to Minato sensei, and he's like giving us another gimmick to sell, another toy to sell, and that is the card riser, or the Kemi riser, which will capture Kemis and also store Kemis as use it as a weapon as well. And that Hotaro's like, is there a Kemi that I can befriend? Give me your toughest Kemi to befriend. And so he then gives him the Bushido Kemi card, and he says, if you can befriend this Kemi, that's cool. And then, Hotaro is like, sweet. And then we see Hotaro later gets the card, but we then cut to the monster of the week, which is the mushroom Kemi monster, which is the evil guy. And then we see him just making more people literally laugh to death until they die. And we see Kaiji Keys, there. He sees the mushroom monster. He takes a picture, and then the mushroom monster uses his spores to, infect Kaiji Key to make him laugh to death. We see Hotaro, manage to catch up. He tried to use the Bushido card, but it doesn't work. He transforms into, his base form, his regular form. And that he tries to attack the monster, and then the monster, basically does a super attack and knocks out Hotaro, infecting Hotaro with something. Hotaro is, super, it's like, I couldn't stop the monster. Am I not effective? Did not befriend the Kemi? Am I not good enough? And then we see him having the dream about Kudo's father telling him to use the Kemi cards to give us a brighter future, and that sort of thing. And, we see Hotaro wakes up, and he's back at the school, and we see him, he's trying to recover, and then Minato's like, we thought we lost you, but we managed to cure you with the antidote, and we did cure the other people too, so don't worry about that. And then we see Hotaro is really bummed out, but he needs to learn that he needs to befriend the Bushido card by training. So we see him at like this dojo, and we see him using like a wooden sword to practice, trying to gain the Bushido Kemi card's trust. And then we see our mysterious figure that was watching Hotaro during the last episode shows up, and then he's like, "Look, you're not good enough. Give me the driver, and I'll do the job for you." And Hotaro's like, "No, I won't give you this driver. I will befriend all the Kemis." And then the mysterious guy, who we don't know yet, is like, "That's a load of bull crap or BS." Essentially, it's that sort of thing. And then we see him like fight Hotaro, and he's using a wooden sword too, to just teach him a lesson, or at least just kick his butt essentially. And then we see Hotaro's like getting his butt kicked by the mysterious person, and we see Hotaro's like, "I won't give up on the Kemis. They have souls. They have personalities. I will befriend the Kemis because I'm a Kamen Rider," he says. And then we see Hopper 1 defending Hotaro against the mysterious person. Mysterious person like, "What the heck?" And then we see the Bushido card eventually, is happy, and the Bushido, card eventually gets Hotaro's trust. But we also cut to Kudo, and we see her, when she did catch that Kemi card on her scene, we saw another guy who has evil in his heart also transforms into a monster, transforming into a submarine monster and following Kudo. But then we cut to the mushroom monster wreaking more havoc and a warehouse, and we see Minato Sensei, Kudo are there, and they try to stop the mushroom monster, but it didn't work. And then we see Hotaro, who's now confident and now gained his confidence back. We see him using the Bushido and the skateboard Kemi card to transform into his next form, the form that you see on the picture that you see on screen right here. The form looks pretty good, looks awesome, and he gains sort of like a new crossbow type sword weapon too, and that he uses his Mantis card, the Kama Kemi card, to use it with this bow-like blade type weapon to use a finisher on the mushroom monster, and the mushroom monster gets defeated. Hotaro gets a new card, the Vemu or the mushroom Kemi card, and then all's well that ends well. But we see the submarine monster follow Kudo, and he's like, "You're the girl of my dreams. You're just my type. I'm gonna take you now." And we see him trying to take Kudo, but eventually our mysterious person shows up, and he has this awesome henshin device, and it's a sword-looking blade, and he says, "I'm gonna defeat the monster right now." And then we see Hotaro, Minato, and Kudo are super surprised to see this guy, and he turns out to be an alchemist as well. But he's our anti-hero. This is our first anti-hero / pseudo Kamen Rider for the series. And he transforms using his blade weapon, and his form looks like if you take Kamen Rider Decade and take like a monster design, if you take Kamen Rider Decade and mix Kamen Rider Chaser's sort of like villain form, you get this pseudo rider who's not a Kamen Rider but is like an anti-hero type rider. So we meet this new guy, and he defeats the submarine monster, getting the Kemi card. And we found out his name is Kurogane Spanner. He's an alchemist. And then the episode sort of ends off there. And yeah, what are my final thoughts on episode 3? Well, I love episode 3 of Kamen Rider Gotchard. I like the pacing. The way Hotaro has to befriend the Bushido Kemi card was good too. I love the action. The stunts were good. The story was good. And overall, this was a solid episode. But overall, I hope you guys enjoy my review of Kamen Rider Gotchard episode 3. I know it took a while to get this out, but I hope you guys enjoyed this review. And stay tuned for more videos like this. And also stay tuned for more Transformers content on the channel. And stay tuned for more Tokusatsu stuff on the channel. I am planning on possibly doing a review of Transformers Earthspark, as well a looking back video on the 2017 Power Rangers movie. So stay tuned for that. And also stay tuned for my movie review of Godzilla X Kong The New Empire. That is coming out very soon, so stay tuned for that. And stay tuned for more awesome content on the channel. But I hope you guys like this video. Make sure to like and share this video. Also subscribe to the channel. By subscribing to the channel, you'd be really supporting me as a content creator and really supporting the channel. That's going to be it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.